What's up, guys? Yeah, I'm at my boat garage rigging some rods, and I decided that I'm going to share with everyone a certain rig that I love to throw when I'm fishing shallow submerged vegetation. Now, I call this rig the Tandem Twitch rig. And now keep in mind, this is the first time that I'm actually unveiling this rig to the general public. But maybe you could take this rig, use it, try it, and hopefully it might help you put an extra fish or two in the boat like it has myself. So with that being said, let's go over the components that it's going to require to put this rig together. Now, first thing, you're going to need 2 swivels. Remember, this is a tandem rig, so everything's in 2s. You're going to need 2 basically simple swivels. Next, you're going to need 2, now I like to use either a 3 or 4/0, but 2 EWG offset shank wide gap worm hooks. Okay. And the last thing you're going to need is, now keep in mind, any fluke style soft plastic jerk bait, a lot of people know them as twitch baits, will work. I prefer to use the bruiser bait big jerk on mine, but that's a bruiser bait big jerk. Okay, and again, any fluke style bait will work, but the big jerk is killer. Okay, now putting this rig together. Okay, you're simply going to take one of your swivels and you're going to run your line directly through the middle of the swivel. You basically want this one swivel free floating. Alright, it's not going to be affixed, not going to be tied to your line. You want it free floating on your line. Alright, once you get that done, you're going to take your second swivel and you're going to affix it or tie it to the end of your line. So now what you're going to have is you're going to have one swivel tied to the end of the line, and you're going to have the other swivel that free floats. Alright, now here's where it gets crucial. Now pay strict attention to the size of these leader lines, because if you make these leader lines a little bit wrong, the rig's not going to work properly. Alright, the leader line that you're going to want coming off your swivel that's attached to the end of your line, you're going to want to make it around 8 inches long. Okay, your other leader line coming off your swivel that's free floating, once the hooks are tied on, you're going to want it about 6 inches long. So 2 inches shorter the leader line coming off your free floating swivel. Alright, when the hooks are tied on each of your lines, the leader line that's coming off of your free floating swivel is typically going to be, or the belly of that hook is going to come to around where the eye of the other hook is. So that typically puts it at about 2 inches shorter. Alright, once you get that done, now you're going to take your, in my case, 2 big jerks, and you're going to put them on each hook. Alright, this is what the rig looks like when it's basically finished. You're going to have this right here. I just dropped one of them. Fluorocarbon line works good. I can't even see it. But anyway, this is what the rig's going to look like. Alright, you got your free floating swivel attached to one of your big jerks, and you got your other big jerk coming off the main leader line. This is what the rig looks like, okay? Now, the way you work this is, now first of all, the rod I like to use to throw this rig on is a, of course, Power Core custom rod, but a medium heavy fast tip. The reason I use a fast tip is you want a softer tip for working. Anytime you're throwing a soft plastic jerkbait, you want a softer tip. It allows you to get more action when you're twitching that bait with a softer tip. You want to throw this rig just like if you were throwing a single soft plastic jerkbait. With slack in your line, just twitch and pause. Twitch and pause. But what's going to happen with this rig is when you do that twitch pause, each of these jerkbaits separately is going to dart in a different direction. Okay? So you twitch, one bait's going to dart that way, the other bait's going to dart that way. And what that mimics is not one but 2 bait fish trying to get away from a bass hot on its tail. Okay? Now, you're probably sitting there on your couch watching this product showcase, and you're probably asking yourself one question, and the answer to that question you're probably thinking about right now is, the answer to that is yes. I have actually managed to double up a few times on this rig as well. So, guys, that is the Tandem Twitch. Get out, try it, throw it. I guarantee you, when you throw this rig, you're going to be so impressed with how this rig works under the water. And I guarantee you are going to put a fish or two extra in the boat every time you use it. Now, when you're building this rig, if you have any questions at all and you can't figure something out while doing it, never hesitate. You can message me and I will get back to you and walk you through putting this rig together. The way I told you to put it together is very crucial to how this rig works. It has to be put together just right, with all the measurements precise, or this rig won't work properly. Get out, give it a try, guys. Until next time, normally fishing, tight lines, and peace out. See you on the water.